Okay, so I'm going to do kind of one line at a time, and I'm going to start with the right hand. We're going to go 1 on high C. 1, 2. So that's our first weird thing right there. We've got a C sharp, and then D, D, and the book recommends that we go 2, 3, 2, which is a good way to do it. You do not have to use those fingers as long as we're going smooth right there. We have to get that legato between those two notes because of the slur above them. All right, so C, E, C, C sharp, D, D. Then we're gonna put our 1 on D. D, F, D, D, E, E. And the book recommends moving around a bit there also. They want us to use 2, 3, 2. But we do not have to use those fingers as long as we go smooth, smooth. Gotta get those slurs in there. All right, so that's our first line. I'm gonna go through it one more time with finger numbers. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. But remember, our 2 and our 3 are going in weird places right there. C sharp, D, D. All right, and then 1 on D. 3, 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, next line, we're gonna move up again. You know what? I think all of that moving is really unnecessary. Looking ahead here, we're gonna stay where we are. We're gonna go 2, 2, 4, 3 on a sharp, 5, 4, 1. This time we do need to move 3. We're gonna put our 3 on the D. Then we've got a sharp, D sharp, and we're gonna use a 4 for that. And then E is our 5. Then we've got to do a little stretch, get our 4 on C, so that's a skip, but we're using 5 and then 4. 4 on C, 3, 2, 1, crisscross over to the F sharp, and then we're going to do a grace note F sharp, which means it's just quick, so F sharp to G, we want to do it like this, kind of quick as you can. You can also hit them at the same time and just let go of the F sharp very quickly. That is an acceptable way to play a grace sharp. A grace note. All right, so I'm gonna go through it again. I think I did finger numbers that time. This time I'm gonna focus more on the letters. Let's see, yes, so we're starting with our 2 on E. E, E, G, F sharp, A, G, D, D. Definitely want to move right there from 1 to 3 on the D. D sharp, E, C, B, A, G, F sharp, G. And I'm going to do that one more time at full tempo so you can hear the rhythm. So that is line number 2. Line number 4, we're going with our 1 on G. So we left off most likely with our 3 on G. You could go ahead and do the 1 on that grace sharp, but you probably are going to be more comfortable with the 3. So we want to move and put our 1 on G. G, B, G, G, F sharp, F natural, D, F, F, E, E. All right, so now I want to talk about the finger numbers. We did 1 on G, and then 3, 1, 1, 2, 2, crisscrossing to the F sharp. Now, the book has a 3 there. I don't love that. You could use the 3. There are many different ways to do this. Again, the important thing is that we are keeping our slurs smooth. Anywhere you see one of those curved lines, we've got to use a slur. All right, so that was, where were we? At the sharp. 2, 2, crisscross. Then we're going to use our 1 on F natural. We have to do a little stretch here. This is a 6th, not a 5th, so we're stretching our 5 to D. 5, 1. Change your 1 to your 3. Put your 3 on the F. 3, 2, 2. All right, I hope that all made sense. One more time at full tempo for the rhythm. 1, 2, 3. Big changes coming up here. They've got a 4, that's fine. I would use the 5 just because it's already there. We're gonna have to move right after that anyways. Let's just make it one move. So we're gonna go 5 on A and then switch and put your thumb there. Thumb on A. 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5. So from 1 on A, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5. Then we've got to stretch again. This is a 6th. 1 on G, and then we're going to come in tight and use our 4 for the F sharp. The 2 is the finger that is there, but we're about to have to go much lower than that, so we're going to move here. 4 on the F sharp, 5 on A. Oh, I said F sharp, that's a G sharp, so sorry. G with the 1, 4 on the G sharp. And then A, do a stretch to get your 4 here. This feels just like what we did up in measure 7, where we did a 5 and a 4, but it was a skip. We're gonna do the same thing here. 5 on A, 4 on F, 3, 2, 1, crisscross the 2 to B, and then grace note B to a C. All right, now I'm going to give you just the letters this time. Well, I'll probably throw in the numbers when we move, but anyways, that's where we started. 5 on A, switch it to a 1, 1, A, C, B, D, C, E, G, little stretch, G sharp, using the 4, A, stretch, 4, sorry, A, F, E, D, C, crisscross B, B, C. All right, now full tempo for the rhythm. 2, 3. All righty. Now you may have noticed there are these little things, tinier bits of music above a couple of measures. These are alternative options on how to play it. So if you don't like the grace note, you can go 1, 2, 3, and same thing. Excuse me, frog in my throat. Back in measure 8, we don't have to do a grace note. We could do a half note and a quarter. All right, now let's look at the left hand a little bit. So our left hand, I'm almost definitely going to be changing these finger numbers. Don't know why so many of these arrangements don't want to use your 5 finger. It's a perfectly good finger. I'll fix those later. Okay, so left hand, let me see what I would do here. Yep, I would start with a 3 on E instead of the 2 that they've recommended. And the rest of that I think is good for that line. All right, so 3 on E, there's a rest, 1, 2, 3. So we're playing a 3, 5, 3 on E, 5 on C, 3, 5. Then we have to stretch our 1 to B. Actually, yeah, just stretch. We're gonna go 1 on B, 2 on G. Third measure, we do that same thing again, B, G. Fourth measure, we're gonna stretch even farther. If you can reach it, we're doing a whole octave here. If you can't reach it, you can kind of seesaw. You want to pick a note in the middle for your 2 or your 3 finger to grab hold of, and that'll be your anchor point, so you can feel how far it is to the note that you need to get, since you can't quite reach it. But if you can reach it, go ahead and just stretch that octave. C, C. So that's a middle C with our 1, low C with our 5. All right, now next line, we're gonna move up some. We're putting our 2 finger on C, middle C, it's got the whisker. C, C, B, 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 C, D, stretch an octave, D, C, D, D. Then we're going to move our thumb down to G, and we're going to stretch another octave, G to the lower G. We're going to go G, D, G. And 1, 2, 5 is usually the best fingers to use for that, just because we're stretching so far. You don't want to stretch these fingers in a weird way if you don't have to. So our 2 is usually best because we've got a good stretch between our thumb and our 2 finger. It's easy to do. 1, 2, 5, G, D, G. All right, now the next line, why would we use a 2? No, I don't love that. We're going to use a 3. We're going to go 3 on B. So your last note was a low G. We were stretched an octave. We're going to bring everything down to that G position. And we're going to go 3 on B, 5 on G, and then 4 on A. And then 1 on D, 3 on B. Now we do have to move again. We're going to do C with our thumb, stretch an octave, lower C. All right, so we are now, here's middle. We hit bass C and the lower one. All right, mark that as a 3. I like that better as a 3. That's all fine. Okay, now we left off way down here. Our next note is F. So we've got to move up. We are going to put our 2 on that F, and we're going to go 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, stretch an octave, G to G, and then we're bringing our thumb down to C, is low C, not middle, and we're going to stretch the octave again. We're going to go C, G, C, like that. All right, now I'm going to put the hands together for you, and it says andante moderato, so moderate walking speed. We don't want to be too fast, but we're not dragging. Repeats. I'm going to skip the repeat. All right. Also watch your dynamics. We're starting out soft, get a little louder, mezzo forte. And then we decrescendo on the last measure of that section. Same sort of pattern here without the decrescendo. We're going to go soft, medium loud, crescendo, and it stays, that would be about a forte right there all the way to the end. Alrighty, that is our minuet by Mozart. He wrote many, many minuets.